Bro, this motherfucker.
But Jay, why you up on the big screen real quick? I do want to ask you this. I mean, I'm Ra. I want to ask you this. Maybe I was a prisoner in the moment yesterday, but that was like some legendary shit. Brunson did yesterday. The theatrics of the ankle being hurt, coming back in the game, hitting all those big clutch shots. Very big fucking game in Detroit. To me, that sealed the series. Um, a lot of people say he's knocking on the door to be the greatest Knick of all time, and we kind of talked about this a couple of weeks ago with the Carmelo thing. I kind of jumped out the window and said he might be. He's the greatest Knick I've seen. I didn't see Frazier in them
How?
play.
I mean,
And I love
as
Pat. I
far as
think it's between him and Patrick Ewing. Am I crazy to say that?
you're not crazy to say that, but that's a crazy thing to say.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Tomato, tomato.
But for some reason, that shit made sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Like what?
I'm not crazy to say it, but it's a crazy thing to say.
And let's just say again, like Knicks that we've seen, like we know that there are great Knicks. The thing that will make him the greatest Knick ever, if Brunson's able to deliver the city a chip while we're still alive and we can watch it, right? That would arguably put him as the best Knick ever, based off of, let's just say, since Patrick Ewing, you know what I'm saying, since the Carmelo Anthony, since the Stephon Marbury, since the last Knicks to win. Like the Knicks haven't had a chip in 40 years now? 50 years, right? So in 50 years,
52, right?
I wasn't even born the last time the Knicks won a chip. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So in that particular case, if he's able to get the Knicks a chip, you know what I'm saying, then he arguably you would have to give him that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already got a resume. We know it didn't happen last year. It may not happen this year, but if it happens within the next couple of years, he's only going to keep building on top of whatever he's.
So he has to win a chip
to be the greatest Knick ever. Yes.
If he doesn't, where does he fall?
He's gonna be a Knick Hall of Famer. Like who's my favorite Knick of all time? Honestly, still to this day was Carmelo Anthony. That's my favorite Knick. Now, does that make Carmelo Anthony the best Knick ever? No.
I think Melo ain't in Brunson's league in terms of Knicks, not talent wise, not skill wise. In terms of Knicks, I think I got to get Pat number one, but to me, Brunson's a close number two. Again, I didn't see Willis and
Wilt
and Earl Monroe and all them and shit. But I don't want to take nothing away from them. They did win the championship.
Not Google. It's not. So what we didn't see. If you could find the footage. This is like real.
That grainy fucking one hand dribbling in circles.
Even if you don't want to look at the game, you could go look at the stats and look at what.
Let me stop. Shout out to my man Frazier. Frazier's the guard.
Yeah. But I think you also got to put like longevity into this as well, because if he has just as many good years now that Pat gave to us, and he's been in and you know what I mean, does the All-Star game, number one dude in the league, and coming back from an injury, he already has like stories already. What was he? I think me and Cash talking about it, right? He first player ever in history to come back from an injury and average 30 points a game
and 7 assists,
and 7 assists, like
33 points, 33.
Shit is like shit is insane. Like even if he doesn't win a ring, if he could continue to play at this high, if he can play at this high level as a point guard, like it's easy. It's easy when to be considered better than somebody when you're taller than them. You know what I mean? You have more athleticism. It's hard for point guards to go to a team and say, I'm about to be the best dude in here. What you got to do? You got to stat build. You got to. But when you're the captain of the team, you're the leader of the team, and you're the one making other players better around you, like, that shit got to be put into some type of category as well as shit in his arsenal, because it's easy for Patrick to always get the ball, but like if Karl Anthony Towns continues to go to the playoffs and averages 25 and 7 for the next 10 years with the Knicks, we're never going to compare him to Patrick Ewing.
But he'll be a great Knick. Right?
He'll be a great Knick, but we're not going to say he was one of the best Knicks. It's going to be an easier conversation for us to say, this nigga Jalen Brunson took lesser pay to build a better team. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of things that we can say about Jalen Brunson that no Knick has ever done or ever probably will do after him. And if it does happen again, it's gonna happen so far down the road. We might not all even be here.
And what exactly is that? What is that thing that we could say about him? And this ain't me. What is
you just said it.
I'm saying it right now. It's gonna be very hard for. I already think right now he's a better point guard than Stephon Marbury, and I think Stephon Marbury was the best.
I
point
love
guard
Marbury, but I think
between him and Mark Jackson.
I think he's better.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to say skills wise. I'm just talking about like what he's done. His career.
Impact.
Yeah, impact.
And the impact of the game. That's what I'm saying. You have to apply that.
I would have to agree.
And I love Marbury. I fuck with Marbury.
I would have to agree with all that. And the reason why I have to be because it works better the way this team is being coached. He literally is controlling it better than Marbury. Marbury either had to go nut and do it on his own, and we not win. Like we're taking some loss because Marbury doesn't know how to dial it back. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't think Marbury's IQ is like Jalen Brunson's IQ. If we want to talk about the guy's IQ. Maybe he's got the best IQ out of
definitely the best. Definitely the best clutch.
If y'all want to say that Jalen Brunson has the highest basketball IQ,
he got a better post game than our center.
Any Knick I've ever seen, I would give you that because cerebrally, the way he plays the game, I've never seen another Knick play like that. So I'll give him that, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make him the best Knick ever. Not
yet. It's only year 3.
And the other part about that is not for nothing. If Cat continues to do what he's doing as a Knick,
you gotta have this conversation about him too.
And he wins a chip, then I would have to say, yeah, he might end up being better than Patrick Ewing to me.
Cat?
Yes.
That ain't better than Pat.
If Cat continues, if Cat continues to
if Cat does win a title, then
he wins a chip, he's not better than Patrick Ewing?
Nah, no way.
Oh, interesting.
Not a better Knick. What is he like? You know what I'm saying? Like he's not the main.
But,
listen.
Right, Pat had 15 years with the Knicks and a lot of heartbreak.
Yeah, but Cat Cat's 1B.
Wins the title.
Cat's 1A to Brunson's 1. Pat was 1. Right?
That's not true.
Who was 1?
Pat was number 1.
Yeah. Pat was number 1, but Pat had a lot of talent around him. A lot of talent.
Not a lot of scoring
talent. Offensive talent. He had a lot of cruisers. He had a lot of
offensively. Who was the second guy?
Mason
Starks?
can never take over a game.
I
like
love
Mason
Starks,
and Oakland can't take over a game.
Sprewell only played.
But he was already beat the fuck up at that point. Pat didn't even play in those finals.
Sprewell, Mark Jackson, but Mark Jackson wasn't necessarily.
I love Mark, but Mark was out of there early.
Yeah, Mark Jackson wasn't necessarily a scorer.
Strickland wasn't there for a long time.
Charles wasn't really. Charlie Ward and Charles, they were never really scorers because. But
Houston, maybe
Gerald Wilkins.
Gerald Wilkins, hell no.
Gerald Wilkins.
You might as well say Trent Tucker, nigga.
Yeah. What did he used to sing again?
That was Dominique's little man's.
That was Dominique's brother.
That was Dominique's little man's. Come here, little G.
You sound like a singer or some shit.
Come on, Jerry. Dominique used to be like, "Come on, Jerry, let's go home."
Patrick Ewing existed in a league that required that. That was a big man's league still. That was when the game had to go through the big man. You have to use Patrick Ewing. He has to be the number 1 option because of the way he was playing.
Mike had Scotty, Elijah Wan had Drexler, Shaq had Penny, fucking Stockton had Malone. Like there was always a second fucking guy.
In that particular case, that would either have to be Starks or for to get him to rock like Starks was. Starks.
No, Starks.
It was Mark. It was Mark at first.
Could have been Mark. Should have been Mark. They let go of Mark too quick. Action Jackson or the crazy. I love Mark. Fucking Shady, not Shadyville. Where's he from? St. Albans, stand up.
Y'all be acting like y'all act like Patrick didn't also have Allen Houston to as a weapon for a while.
That was on the later years when
Pat
was declining at that point.
Yeah.
But Pat was
he had a declining LJ. Like he didn't have these niggas in their
Pat was a really skilled big man. Like Pat had a jump shot. He was the first big man with a real pure jump shot. Like
no question about it.
Pure jump shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That little spin around, that little spin fade away.
Yeah, his post game was crazy.
Post game was silly.
Official doofy nigga too. Like one of them motherfuckers.
I'm gonna tell you why Pat was doofy. Because the nigga never cut the peak,
God.
man. Like the nigga fade was dope, but
Yeah,
the
yo,
nigga
yeah,
always had the little
yeah,
Dracula shit going on,
yeah,
man.
with the widow's peak, yo, he look like what's that like Eddie Munster? Or
There were
whatever?
certain niggas back then that just couldn't figure out haircuts. Patrick Ewing
He
was one
looks
of
younger
them.
now.
Will Smith
younger
was
now
one of
than he
them.
did
Will Smith
20
was
years
one of them.
ago.
Will Smith
Yeah,
cut
he
used to
had
be whack.
He had the worst fucking flat top ever.
Isaiah Thomas's fade used to be whack as
Oh,
fuck
God,
back in the
it's
day. There's certain niggas who couldn't figure it out, even with all the fucking money.
Niggas combing their hair backwards.
Yeah. Maurice Cheek shit was always nervous. Mo
Wow.
Cheek shit. You know what I'm saying? Who else had whack
Wow.
bad haircuts back in the day? Man, there's so many, man.